Lucy and Kayla fly in opposite directions from the bookstore at the same time. Lucy was flying at 281 kilometers per hour and Kayla was flying at 765.69 kilometers per hour. In how many hours will Lucy and Kayla be 408.21 kilometers apart? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth of an hour. We're looking for time. I'm going to add Lucy and Kayla to my table of speed, time, and distance. We have to remember that speed times time is distance. We know that Lucy's speed. Lucy was flying at 281 kilometers per hour. Kayla was flying at 765.69 kilometers an hour. In how many hours will Lucy and Kayla be 408.21 kilometers apart? The time is unknown, so I'm just going to call that x in both cases because they're both flying for the same amount of time. The distance, we know that they are going to be 408.21 kilometers apart, but don't put that distance here. This distance we're going to calculate by doing speed times time. I'm going to do 281 times x, and down here I'm going to do 765.69 times x. We know these two distances add up to give 408.21 kilometers. This is not the total distance. This is the distance Lucy traveled, and this is the distance that Kayla traveled. The distance that Lucy traveled added to the distance that Kayla traveled altogether is 408.21 kilometers. The distance that Lucy traveled is 281x, and the distance that Kayla traveled is 765.69x. So we put that together. I'm going to add the 281 to the 765.69, and that's going to give me 1046.69x is equal to 408.21. I want the x all alone, and the 1046.69 is multiplying it, so I'm going to divide by 1046.69 to cancel that out. You always do the opposite. We're multiplying by that number, so I divide by the same number. But if I divide the left-hand side, I also have to divide the right-hand side to keep the equation balanced. Once they cancel, we end up getting x is equal to 0.39 hours. And we can answer that. That's our answer. It's totally fine. 0.39 hours doesn't mean a lot to us. You could also answer in minutes. We could convert this to minutes. You just have to multiply the decimal version of the hours by 60, because there are 60 minutes in each hour. If you had 1 hour, 1 times 60 would be 60 minutes. Or if you had a half hour, 1/2 times 60 would be 30 minutes. We multiply by 60, and that gives us 23.4 minutes. So the 0.4 minutes, yeah, we're gonna have to turn that into seconds. Same thing, there are 60 seconds in a minute. 0.4 times 60 is 24 seconds. So altogether, it's 23 minutes, 24 seconds. We could also write it like 0 hours, 23 minutes, 24 seconds. We could write 0.39 hours, or we could write 23 minutes, 24 seconds, or you could write 0:23:24, which is 0 hours, 23 minutes, 24 seconds. And that is it for this question. Have a good day.